Philly by the name of Slick. Been flipping bricks in Philly since '76. Up in New York City, had this click picture Knicks. Had some convicts in Boston who would sell ticks. Few sons up in Phoenix who also dealt shit. Knew these faggots in Dallas that need to be dealt with. They owed a package. A bad click called himself the Maverick, so he told his two soldiers to land with magic from Miami to bring the heats in automatic so they could let off some rockets in Houston and slaughter these bastards. Slick was living lavish. He had a shack in Los Angeles by a lake where he used to torch his cannabis. Called his man Lau, was nice with the Clippers to give him a fade. This dude stood chipper, always rocking in New Jersey, and net worth was bigger than most of these NBA niggas. Word, man, Duke was doing it. He owned a couple of legit businesses. Plus, he was moving work. East Coast, West Coast, down south. Man, he was getting paper from all directions. Slick was a warrior with a golden state of mind. His name held weight, plus he always stayed with shine. I remember he copped these gold nuggets in Denver. Got pissed in Detroit, he had a bad temper. Took a Cavalier jet to Cleveland, cause he heard from word his girl Charlotte Hornet was creeping. He had a few shorties up in Milwaukee shaking their butts. Up in strip clubs making them bucks. In the spur of the moment, he went to San Antonio. Some cat owed him dough by the name of Romeo. So he told the Gorbachev from Portland, who held text under his blazer, to put him in the coffin. Slick knew the feds from Atlanta were hawking, so he had to play the down low cause his business was scorching. For sure, son, he had to stay low key cause the boys is watching him, and he didn't need another case. So he went to his cousin Pace's house up in Indiana till everything cooled over, cause things was getting mad hot and he needed to chill. You'll peep the rest of the story. Slick was on a rebound pushing weight from town to town. Every hood in the city, dude stood on his grizzly. Favorite rappers from BK with Jay-Z, Memphis, and Biggie. Hammer rings there for Jackson, plus his Bentley was pretty. Stayed buying new cars and toys. Love listening to jazz and playing Utah with his boys. He never made noise, he stayed poised, cool and honest. He would travel to Seattle to pick up some Luda Chronic. He had his dude Adonis, selling E for him that they called Supersonic. He knew an old accomplice by the name of Pablo with the white Diablo from Chicago was on some bullshit. So he sent some wolves from Minnesota to hit him with a full clip. That fool slipped and messed up a whole truckload. Slick was stressed, so he wrapped the Dutch filled with nut dros so he could puff slow. On his way to Toronto, flew in the G4, got there pronto. The head honcho had lots of friends in Washington. A wizard with the digits, nigga was clocking ends, but grimy niggas is watching him, plotting when they could set shop and then start doing their own thing. But first things first, they had to dethrone the king. So one spring day, Slick took a trip with his chick to vacate in the resort of Sacramento. He needed time off to relax his mental until some cats pulled up in the tinted black rental in that point blank range. Clapped them in the temple, it was that simple. Yo, shorty, let me leave you with this last thought. Before you cop that rock and hop on the court, remember this ain't a game or team sport.